talk about CPAC, and maybe there'll be some indictments to talk about. You never know. That could happen. There could be a lot of indictments today because it's Friday. And frankly, I feel like Smith has called in a lot of the little mini subpoenas that he had to do, and I think that's what now he has to do. Like, he has to go. But you know what? You know what could happen, you guys? Let me tell you what could happen. I'm going to follow those little girls and aunts that talk about this stuff all the time. And I'm going to tell you what could happen. Okay, so just close your eyes for a minute. And tomorrow we're going to watch some of CPAC together, right? And during that time, he's going to be late. I don't know, he'll be at least an hour late for his speech. So that'll, we have to factor that in, but that's okay. We can do that. We're really smart. So he'll be about an hour late for his speech, and then, but eventually Donald Trump will take the stage. And what will happen is he'll come out and they're going to play the Lee Greenwood hit, the perennial favorite for chuds everywhere. I'm proud to be an American, or whatever the fuck the name of the actual song is. I don't really know what the name of the song is, but I'd really like to rewrite the lyrics if you're still listening. Anyway, I digress. So I think what's going to happen is the Lee Greenwood song will fade, right? It'll fade out. And the people will start to sit down, and they'll kind of turn their gaze, right? Because at first they'll be gazing up at the stage as the orange man in the really terrible mix between kind of navy and royal blue suit, that kind of shark skin suit that he wears, has a sheen to it that really just doesn't complement anybody's body type, frankly. So I don't even know why that fabric exists anymore except for like prom dresses. But other than that, I digress. So he'll come out in that kind of weird, Royal Navy and red tie, and he'll be sweaty. He'll be kind of shiny because I think since the end of his presidency, the makeup just aren't as good, right? So I think that'll happen. Okay, so he's kind of coming out on stage. Lee Greenwood is singing his song on tape, of course, because I don't think Lee Greenwood even knows what day it is. But anyway, so here he comes out on stage, standing there at the podium and on the tip of the penis, because the CPAC stage is shaped like a penis tip. And so he'll stand on the tippy tip of the tip. He'll address the crowd. And as the patrons turn their gaze away from great orange, not cerulean really, because I just like that word. I don't think that's actually the shade of blue that I'm going for. It's more of a bright indigo, if you don't know what the Pantone color is of that. But anyway, I digress. So that as they turn their gaze away from that great spectacle at the tip of the penis towards their seat, because they need to make sure their ass actually hits their seat, that is when Merrick Garland actually will pull the Kaiser Soze moment where he runs on stage, Elliot Ness style, and Jack Smith's behind him, because this is Merrick Garland's moment, let's face it, right? And Merrick Garland pushes him up against the podium roughly, and it startles the great spectacle. And he's pushed off his feet forward into the podium that doesn't move, strangely. Because you'd think with all that weight behind it, that thing that would fucking fall like a pine needle, which is, by the way, how Mike Flynn smells. But then Merrick Garland, would roughly take the arms of the spectacle roughly behind him, and he'd end up having to use 3 sets of cuffs. You wouldn't think so just by looking at him, but indeed that's what ends up happening. Just at that point in time, because Merrick Garland really runs like the wind, the crowd is looking up from taking their seat only to see the spectacle shackled, sweating, forced to his knees in front of them. And at that moment, the great haze is over. It's like the blip in those Marvel movies. Everybody comes back and realizes that the Emperor has no clothes. So that's how I think Saturday's gonna go. All right, so take that as your Friday bedtime story. And we'll go from there.